Disciple James' interpretation of the narrative from Psalm 91. Whoso then dwelleth under the help of the Most High will abide under the shadow of God of heaven. He will say unto the Lord, Thou art my shield and my place of refuge, my God in whom I trust. For he will save me out of the snare of the hunters, and from mighty word. He will shade thee with his breast, and thou shalt have trust beneath his wings. His truth shall surround thee as a shield. Thou wilt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow which flieth by day, or a thing which slinketh in the darkness, or a mischance, and a demon at midday. 1,000 will fall on thy left, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but they shall not come nigh thee. Nay, rather with thy eyes wilt thou behold, and thou wilt see the requital of sinners. For thou, O Lord, art my hope. Thou hast established the Most High for thyself as a refuge. Harm will not come nigh unto thee, scourge will not come nigh thy dwelling. For he will give commandment to his angels on thy behalf, that they guard thee on all thy ways, and bear thee on their hands, that thou mayest never strike with thy foot against a stone. Thou wilt stride over the serpent and the ballsick, and tread on lion and dragon, because he has trusted in me, and I will save him. I will overshadow him, because he has known my name. He will cry unto me, and I will hearken unto him. I am at his side in his tribulation, and will save him, and honor him, and increase him with many days, and show him my salvation. This, my Lord, is the solution of the words which thou hast said. Hearken therefore, that I may say it in openness. The word then which thy power has spoken through David, whosoever then dwelleth under the help of the Most High will abide under the shadow of God of heaven. That is, when Sophia had trusted in the light, she abode under the light of the light stream, which through thee came out of the height. And the word which thy power has spoken through David, I will say unto the Lord, Thou art my shield and my refuge, my God in whom I trust. It is the word which with which Pistis Sophia has sung praises. Thou art my shield, and I come unto thee. And again the word which thy power has spoken, my God in whom I trust. Thou wilt save me out of the snare of the hunters, and from mighty word. It is what Pistis Sophia has said. O light, I have had faith in thee, for thou wilt save me from the emanations of the self-willed, and from those of Adamus the tyrant. And thou wilt save me also from their mighty threats. And again the word with which thy power has spoken through David, he will shade thee with his breast, and thou wilt have trust beneath his wings. That is, Pistis Sophia hath been in thy light of thy light stream, which had come from thee, and hath continued infirm to trust in thy light, that on her left and on her right, which are the wings of the light stream. And the word which thy light power hath prophesied through David, truth will surround thee as a shield. It is the light of the light stream which has surrounded Pistis Sophia on all her sides as a shield. And the word which thy power hath spoken, he will not be afraid of terror by night. That is, Pistis Sophia hath not been afraid of the terrors and the alarms into which she had been planted in the chaos, which is the night. And the word which thy power has spoken, he will not be afraid of the arrow which flieth by day. That is, Pistis Sophia hath not been afraid of the power which self-willed has sent last of all out of the height, and which hath come into the chaos as it were a flying arrow. Thy light power therefore has said, Thou wilt not be afraid of the arrow which flieth by day. For that power hath come out of the 13th aeon, it being that which is the Lord over the 12 aeons, and which giveth light unto all the aeons. Wherefore hath he, David, said day. And again the word which thy power hath spoken, he will not be afraid of a thing which slinketh in the darkness. That is, Sophia hath not been afraid of the lion-faced emanation which caused fear for Pistis Sophia in the chaos, which is the darkness. And the word which thy power hath spoken, he will not be afraid of mischance, and of demon at midday, that is Pistis Sophia, hath not been afraid of the demon emanation of tyrant Adamus, which hath cast Pistis Sophia to the ground in the great mischance, and which hath come forth out of Adamus out of the 13th aeon. Wherefore then hath thy power said, he will not be afraid of the demon at the mischance at the demon mischance at midday, because it hath come out of the 12 aeons, which is midday, and again night, because it hath come out of the chaos, which is the night, and because it hath come out of the 12th aeon, which is in the midst between both. Therefore hath thy light power said midday, because the 12 aeons lie in the middle between the 13th aeon and the chaos. And again the word which thy light power has spoken through David, 1,000 will fall on his left and 10,000 at his right hand, but they shall not come nigh thee. That is, when the emanations of self-willed, which are exceedingly numerous, could not bear the great light of the light stream, many of them fell on the left hand of Pistis Sophia, and many at her right, and they could not come nigh her to do her harm. And the word which thy light power has spoken through David, nay, rather, with thine eyes wilt thou behold, and thou wilt see the requital of sinners. For thou, O Lord, art my hope. That is, the word Pistis Sophia hath with her eyes beheld her foes, that is, the emanations of the self-will, who all have fallen one on another. Not only hath she with her eyes beheld this, but thou also thyself, my Lord, the first mystery, hast taken the light power which is in the lion-faced power, and hast moreover taken the power of all the emanations of the self-willed, and moreover thou hast imprisoned them in that chaos, so that from henceforth they have not gone forth to their own region. Therefore then hath Pistis Sophia with her eyes beheld her foes, that is, the emanations of the self-willed, in all which David hath prophesied concerning Pistis Sophia, saying, nay, rather thine eyes wilt behold, and thou wilt see the requital of sinners. Not only hath she with her eyes beheld how they fell one on another in the chaos, but she hath also seen the requital with which it was requited them, just as the emanations of the self-willed had thought to take away the light of Sophia from her. So hast thou requited them and repaid them in full, and hast taken the light power in them instead of the lights of Sophia, who hath had faith in the light of the height. And as thy light power has spoken through David, thou hast established the Most High for thyself as a refuge. Harm will not come nigh unto thee, scourge will not come nigh thy dwelling. That is, when Pistis Sophia had had faith in the light and was afflicted, she sang praises unto it, and the emanations of self-willed could not inflict on her any harm, nor could they injure her, nor could they at all come near her. And the word which thy light power has spoken through David, he will give command to his angels on thy behalf, that they guard thee on all thy ways, and bear thee on their hands, that thou mayest never strike thy foot against a stone. It is again the word which thy given commandment to Gabriel and Michael, that they guide Pistis Sophia in all the regions of the chaos until they lead her forth, and they uplift her on their hands, so that her feet do not touch the darkness beneath, and that on the other hand they of the lower darkness do not seize hold of her. And the word which thy light power has spoken through David, thou wilt tread on the serpent and the balsec, and tread on lion and dragon, because he has trusted in me. I will save him, and I will overshadow him, because he has known my name. That is the word when Pistis Sophia was on the point of coming forth out of the chaos. She trod on the emanations of the self-willed, and she trod on the serpent-faced ones and the balsec-faced ones, which have 7 heads, and she trod on the lion-faced power and on the dragon-faced one, because she had had faith in the light. Is she saved from all of them? This, my Lord, is the solution of the words which thou hast spoken.